Is it safe to ride with your grandkids in the car? And what precautions can election officials take to protect themselves from coronavirus when the ballots come in? Here's WBZ's Dr. Mallika Marshall with the answers to some of your questions.
Debbie writes, is it safe to have my 5-year-old granddaughter in the car with me or babysit her at my home? Debbie, it's so hard to answer these questions because I know that you want to spend time with your granddaughter and you want to babysit her, but it's never completely safe to be in close proximity with someone that you don't typically live with. If you're going to be in the car together, wear masks and try to keep your windows down. The risk is probably greater inside your home, though, and if she's going back to school, that's a concern as well. So maybe you can talk to your family and your primary care doctor to try to figure out what the risks and benefits are for you. Our next question comes from Kathleen, who's 69 years old, and says she has underlying conditions. She works as a bagger at a supermarket and wonders if she should go back to work or wait for a vaccine to become available. Kathleen, we can't really predict when a vaccine is going to be widely available to the public. You'll have to, again, weigh the risks and benefits. How well do you feel like you'll be protected at the supermarket? Can you afford to stay home and not to go back to work? So again, probably a good conversation to have with your family and your primary care doctor so that you can make the decision that's right for you. Carol asks on Facebook, I'm an election official. When people come to the polls, how long is the virus expected to last on the ballots? So the virus may be able to survive on paper up to a few days, but if people coming in to vote are wearing masks and after you touch ballots, you wash your hands or you use a hand sanitizer, you're going to significantly reduce your chances of getting infected with the virus. Another question comes from Rosalind, who writes on Facebook, will you please clarify what a negative test means? Rosalind, a negative test simply means that the lab was unable to detect the virus in that sample. That could be because you aren't infected with the virus, or it could be a false negative, either from collection error or lab error. And even if you truly are negative for the virus, it's just a moment in time. You could leave the testing facility and go out and get infected later that day.
Now, Dr. Mallika offers her best advice, but as always, consult your personal doctor before you make any decisions about your health. If you have a question for Dr. Mallika, there are 3 ways you can reach her. First, email drmallika@cbs.com. You can reach out to her on Twitter @Mallika Marshall, or you can Facebook Messenger Dr. Mallika Marshall.